When you think of a power forward or center, you immediately think of a tall player who dominates on a glass, blocks shots, and just stays in the dunker spot on offense. Well, in NBA 2K26, that is simply not the case. In this video, I'm showing you a 6'11 build that can rebound like a traditional center, but also speed boost like a guard, shoot the lights out, posterize defender.
Pass the ball to Ooch. Ooch.
Oh my god! Oh my...
And block shots at an elite level. What it do, Uchi gang? I hope y'all staying blessed. We all want to make good builds that can do everything, right? And this is my 6'11 Slim Ripper build that does just that. Let's hop in the builder real quick so I can show you how to make this build. I will also be showing y'all two alternative versions of this build. One that requires literally 0 cap breakers to dominate, and the other that can use 10 plus cap breakers to be even more dominant. I'm gonna be posting a ton more build videos, so if you're looking for another height, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Do not forget to like the video and please subscribe. Now without further ado, let's get to the build. All right, so now we are in the builder. You guys are very familiar with this screen, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this. You can pick whatever name and information you want here. It's up to you. Now we're going to move on to my version of the build. I personally did not want to do what everybody else was doing with their 6'11. I see a lot of people with, minimum wingspan, and again, it's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think it's fairly cool, the ability to be able to shoot from deep and get deep bummer on a 6'11. That sounds very appealing, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I might even make that in the future. But what I wanted to do was to experiment being able to play the power forward and the center position at the same time. So as you can see, I got my build at 4 and 6'11, 213 pounds and 7'1 wingspan. So why do I have this combination? Well, as you can see, if I lower my wingspan, I won't be able to get 85 defensive rebounding. I'm actually going to be losing on my driving dunk as well, and I wanted to have contact dunks off 1 and off 2. And if I lower the weight to 212, as you can see, my defensive rebounding goes to 84, and I'm 1 point off of the gold box out beast. I needed that badge because it's supposed to be a build that gets speed with ball at 68 in order for you to get lightning launch on bronze. So if you get that, then that means you're not going to be very strong. So I did not want to lose on box out beast on gold, which is why I went 213 pounds. It's very important. You're going to be making this version of the build because you want to be able to have at least decent rebounding. Then you must get to 213 and 7'1 for your wingspan. That combination is going to accomplish that for you perfectly. Now for the build itself, this is what my version of the build is actually like. On mine, I decided to go with very high driving layup. 88 is crazy, but I actually used, I think, 2 or 3 cap breakers on mine in order to push this to 90 something, and I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it. As you can see, we're getting physical finisher, float game on gold. It's actually a very, very decent badge, and the floaters are crazy on this build, especially the Bam Adebayo one. You need that. You absolutely need that. As you guys can see right there, I also have my post control at 81 because I'm gonna be fading a lot on this build from the post, so you need that for sure. 81 is more than enough, coupled with the 90 because I'm gonna be putting 1 cap breaker here. 90 mid-range shot. It is absolutely unguardable. 6'11 and the tall jump shots is just, yeah, it's chicken, honestly. The 3-point shot, I put mine at 85. It's just because I wanted to push that to 87 just so I can have more attributes. Personally, I think you don't need that to be more than 83. You're gonna be just fine. 83 is more than enough in this game for you to shoot. You don't need a Zen in order for you to green consistently. I'm talking to you cheaters out there. Playmaking is actually not bad at all. I was also 1 point shy of the 75 ball handling, which seems to be very good for people who want to ISO even more because you get better animations at 75 according to what I'm seeing. If that's a concern to you, I have a better version of this, so just hang on. Just and later in this video I'm going to show you that. The speed with ball here is 68, and the combination with the 85 defensive rebounding is really what I wanted. That way I can grab the board, and as you can see, we got box out beast, and if you go down you lose that. So if you were to go minimum wingspan, you can only get 80 defensive rebounding. So that's why I went with a 7-1 for my wingspan. So yeah, you get the ball coast to coast, you can absolutely get a contact dunk, you can get a layup or mid-range. I mean, seriously, the opportunities to score, they're just limitless. All right, so we get 70 on the defensive rebounding, on the offensive rebounding rather, and it's more than enough. I still get boards because power forwards are not very tall in this game. Like, the meta is actually 6'8", the majority of time 6'8", 6'9", so you can easily grab boards over people who are, you know, shorter than you if they don't have enough rebounding. My defense is actually pretty interesting. You might look at this and think, that's not really that high, but I promise you 75 is actually all you need to play good defense in this game. Like, I get stops. I'm gonna use a cap breaker on steel in order to push that to 67 to get glove on bronze. 84 is more than enough for me. I could actually go a little higher with my cap breakers, but I'll do that down the line. I really don't feel like I need it. It's more than enough. As you can see here, we also got very solid speed and agility, and the strength is 79, and the vert at 80 is really helpful because you're not really like a full inside big, you're just basically a standard big. Having 85 defensive rebounding and 80 vert is actually pretty good because not only can you get contact dunks with that, but you can also jump really high and get boards. Like you guys saw in the intro, like I could literally get boards over 7-footers. Again, this is one of the things that I really like with this build. It's very versatile. You can do a lot of things with this build. This is the version that I made, and if you guys want to just go ahead and copy the stats the way I explained it, go ahead. But if you're not interested in this version and you say, oh Ooch, I want to shoot over 3-4 people from deep, well, I got you. Just look at what I have for you right now. Now we're going to be talking about the version that I really made this video about. I wanted to make sure that people who just get the game this Christmas time are still going to be able to get a good build and be productive without having to spend too much money or grind for cap breakers just yet. We're getting a power forward again, 6'11", but this time we're lowering the weight by 1 pound. It's 212 pounds this time, and we're going minimum weight, minimum wingspan, which is 6'11", just like your height. First thing first, 93-point shot, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna be getting deep bummer as a 6'11". That is actually cheesy, very unfair. And for your mid-range, you can go just 88, you can go 89 or 90, it's up to you. But personally, I think you don't need more than 88 once you've already gotten the 90, because you're gonna be maxing it out at some point if you want with your cap breakers when you get them. But if you don't, I promise you 88 mid-range is more than you need, especially when you have a 93-point shot, so that the inside big is gonna have to get out on the perimeter and guard you. He won't even be able to grab rebounds because you're not gonna miss pretty much. And with the jump shot that I'm gonna show you in a bit, you are not going to miss. I'm not kidding. All right, so now the free throw, well, you could actually go and max out your free throw if you want to be a knockdown shooter. I think you should do that. The driving dunk, you're not gonna get the contact dunks of 1, it's only off 2 at 87 with your vert that we're going to upgrade to 80 in a bit. The other thing that you're going to do a little differently this time is your driving layup is going to be 76. And the reason why I went 76 is because you actually get layup mix master at 75, but 76 is what you need to unlock Bam Adebayo. So you need that in order for you to get the best floater animation in the game. Now here you could actually decide what you want to do. Personally, I would recommend that you go 72 for your standing dunk in order for you to get rise up on bronze, and you can go 70 here for your post control, and also just put 2 here in order for you to unlock float game on gold. Now this is what you need. You're going to be very productive on the finishing end. And then if you move over to the playmaking, it is very dangerous if you know how to dribble on this build, because 75 ball handle pretty much gives you the best animations. I think Julius Randall. Size up is 75 speed with ball. The other thing is, of course, you're going to be getting your speed with ball at 68. That's what you need for lightning lunge on bronze on a 6'11". That's actually unfair. Your pass accuracy is going to remain at 73. No change there. Now we're going to move on to the defense. Perimeter defense this time. We're going to max it out. So you're going to have even better perimeter defense this time in order for you to stop, you know, all of these pesky guards. Like, you're going to be able to play sides with your lock if you're involved in a pick and roll. That's actually pretty good. You're also going to be getting glove and interceptor off rip 67 steal, which is not bad at all. Here you're going to be getting a higher block 88, and you're going to get a 70 interior defense for paint patroller on silver. You're really going to be getting a lot of stops. But like I said, the low light of this build, in my opinion, is the fact that you're not really going to be rebounding like that. So it could be problematic if you actually get put at the 5 against a legit inside big. Good luck with that, because you don't have Bucks Out Beast on gold. You can max +2 that or max +1 if you want, but having the physical 85 attribute really trumps you just using the max +1 or max +2. Trust me on that. Speed is going to be 79 again. This time we're going to get 73 for our agility. The strength is going to be 80, and the vert is also going to be 80. You have a couple of attributes left. What would you do with it? Personally, if I were you, I would probably upgrade post control. I would definitely upgrade my post control just so I would have better animations. Really, that's really what I would do. And just like that, the build is actually complete. If you'd rather have a build that can just be great from the jump, this is the build right here. And I'm pretty sure you're wondering, well, this is a great build and all, but how am I going to be able to dribble, and how am I going to be able to shoot? Well, this is where the SIGs and the jump shot come into play. Let's move on to that. All right, so I'm gonna do you guys a big favor here. So basically, the one thing that you want to be looking at when it comes to your SIGs is really your dribble style. It has to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. I've tried Kevin Durant, but the same ball hand speed boost is just too slow, especially when you combine that with a pro crossover. So if you're pressing R2 or turbo, it makes you move very sluggish. So that's why I would recommend going with Giannis dribble style. But for the majority of my moves, as you can see, I have Kevin Durant and a little bit of Ben Simmons for my signature size up, because it's a little faster. It's a little faster than Paolo Banchero, because that's the one that I was using by default. Those are the moves that I would use. The step back has to be pro, and the Kevin Durant hesitation is actually not bad for you to kind of, you know, work a little bit. And as you remember, I talked about the layup, the floater is Bam Adebayo. Honestly, those animations, they actually are way better than Giannis. I don't care what anybody tells me. It's easier to time than Giannis, because Giannis actually has a stop at the top of the green window. Look at that. That animation, it throws me off every single time. So that's why I'm using Bam Adebayo, because I could actually start my motion even right inside the paint. Instead of taking a mid-range, it would actually be a floater if you go for it. That's it. And the other thing that you guys probably would want to have is the Quentin Post motion style. If you don't have that on your big, go ahead and throw it on right now. It's really one of the main reasons why you would be able to dribble very fast on this build. Now, without further ado, let's move on to the jump shot. The jump shot that I'm using mainly is MPJ. So it's Michael Porter Jr., Baluba, and Larry Bird. That's the jumper I've been using even on my 7.4 as well. It's chicken. You don't miss on this, honestly. So you want the blend to be 92% Baluba and 8% Larry Bird in order for you to get the best results. Unfortunately, this is a little fast, so you might want to play around with the release. You might want to play maybe with the release speed as well, just so you figure out whatever works for you. But I promise you, the base is very good. And as you can see, you got an A- release height. It's what you need in order for you to constantly shoot over defenders. Well, there you go. Honestly, this is it. I don't think there's anything else that I've missed in this video. In case I did, let me know in the comments. Also, comment if you already made a 6'11 build in this game already. Until next time, stay Gucci. I'm out. Peace.